Hola amigos, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Emma Bennet. I'm a contemporary romance author based in the UK, but today I am actually wanting to talk to you about my first non-fiction book, which was published last week. So the book is called Reader, I Tweeted Him, a writer's guide to social media marketing on Twitter X. So the idea for this book arose from my social media for authors videos that I was doing for this channel, and they've been made into a playlist which will be linked down in the description below and also in the comments. So what I decided to do was to take a month for each social media platform and take a look at what I was doing and work out if there was anything that I could tweak to improve it, anything that I was really doing wrong, and basically just looking at how I could really maximize my use of social media. I started with Twitter purely because Twitter has always been a little bit of a mystery to me. I have been on it for years and years, 10 years as an author, and I feel like a couple of years before that as a book reviewer. I used to have a book review site called Bookworm Inc. But I never really used it properly. Often I would tweet as an afterthought, and I just didn't really know how to absolutely make the best use of the site. So I thought that was the one that was most sensible for me to start with. I learned a huge amount. I did a lot of research, and I shared quite a bit of what I learned in my videos, but what I discovered is that it just wasn't possible to get everything across in videos. There was just such a lot that I was learning, and it was kind of all interconnected, and it was sometimes hard to chop it up into little sections for videos. And someone suggested that I put it all together in a book. So I thought, okay, that's a cool idea. I've never written a non-fiction book, but you know. And so I wrote the first draft of the book during Camp Nano in April. My Camp Nano in April was supposed to be me writing a book about how to win NaNoWriMo, which I did, but I still needed lots more words for my word count. So I added this project in as well, and I had a lot of fun working on it, and then left it for a few months while I was working on other projects, and I came back to it and revised it and edited it and sent it out to beta readers, and now it is available to buy on Amazon as an ebook. It will be available as a paperback as well, along with the How to Win NaNoWriMo book, but I'm not sure quite when. Hopefully in time for Christmas, but I'm not absolutely sure. Anyway, so the idea behind this guide is that it is a foolproof, you do these things and Twitter will like you guide for writers who really do not want to be spending their lives on social media, but do realize that it is so important to be on it. And Twitter can be incredibly useful to writers, especially if you are looking for an agent or a publisher. There are just so many opportunities on there with so many agents and publishers on that platform for you to make contacts with people and maybe even enter one of the pitch events that are on there. And I do actually include a section in the book on those pitch events and kind of what they are and how to go about entering them. I wanted it to be no nonsense. I wanted it to especially appeal to people who really don't like Twitter, or X as it's now known, and who have struggled with it, or who maybe aren't even on it because they didn't really know what to do. It was a bit intimidating with all the talk about the algorithm and how things have changed recently and stuff like that. And I didn't want people to have to wade through pages and pages of stuff that wasn't really important, was maybe a little bit of waffle, to be able to get to the information that was really vital. So it's a short guide because it is absolutely chock full of all of the tips and tricks, information that you need, and not a load of extra padding. The point of it is not all the extra padding. And I really hope that it will be useful to people, because I noticed such a difference in my Twitter account when I put a lot of these things into play myself. Now, I did do a lot of it in a very short period of time because I was quite focused on working on my Twitter account, and I appreciate that. a lot of writers just might not be able to do that. Although I did say when I was doing my experiment, I was absolutely determined that I wouldn't be doing stuff for Twitter for hours and hours every day. I think the limit that I set myself was a maximum of half an hour a day to kind of fiddle around with it and put up posts and stuff like that. I'm never going to be somebody who posts 50 times a day on Twitter. I could have maybe done it for the month of the experiment without going completely crazy, but that wasn't something that was sustainable for me. So I didn't really see the point in doing it. But I did notice a lot more engagement in my posts. I noticed that I had more followers, but also I was getting something out of Twitter. I was able to find the people that I wanted to hear about, that I wanted to follow and engage in conversations that I was interested in. So I'm not promising 1 million followers if you buy my book and if you put some of the tips and tricks into action at all. But I hope that it will mean that you get more out of Twitter, that you get more engagement, that you're making those connections, and maybe it'll sell some books, maybe it will even end up with you getting a publishing career or an agent or something like that. You never know. And if you do buy my book, and if you do find that is the case and that it leads to something brilliant, please let me know. I would absolutely love to know. So it was great fun to write. I'm not sure whether I will write books for any other social media platforms, but if anybody's interested in me doing something like that after reading my Twitter book, please let me know and I will consider it when I have a little bit of extra time. I am going to be a bit crazy for the next few months. So if you are interested in buying a copy of my book, Reader, I Tweeted Him, the link is down in the description below and in the comments, and I would really appreciate it if you do read it, if you could leave an honest review for me on Amazon and Goodreads, because reviews make such a difference. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to boop that like button and subscribe if you're not already, because we have a lot of fun over here. Author life, tips and tricks, sometimes a little bit of complaining, sometimes quite a lot of tea talk. I do have my cup of tea going cold next to me here. Anyway, have an awesome rest of your day and I will catch you in the next one.